Hello, I'm Shilpa Jain and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a very important grammar topic, that is active and passive voice. Now in English grammar, the voice of a verb describes the relationship between the verb and subject and object. So if the subject is the doer of an action, we say that the sentence is in active voice. And if the subject is the target, we say that the sentence is in passive voice. Now, why to use passive voice? So many students ask, why to use passive voice? So there are many situations where we use passive voice. Like if the subject is unknown, we don't know, we use passive. Like the wheel was invented about 2000 years ago. Now I don't know about the inventor who invented the wheel. So here the subject is unknown. So here we'll use passive voice. Same way, if the subject, I'm not interested about the subject. Like several dams will be built in this area. Now here I'm not interested about the builders who are going to build the dam. So in this situation also we use passive voice. Same way, if I don't want to, or the speaker doesn't want to reveal the subject, like the sweets were distributed. So here the speaker doesn't want to reveal that who distributed. So in that situation also we use passive voice. Now there are many other situations that we will learn in this video. So please watch the video till the end, and we are going to learn about what is passive voice, means what is the structure of passive voice in different kinds of sentence like imperative, interrogative or negative, and also how to formulate it and when to use them. I hope you will like the video. So please don't forget to comment. And I have also prepared a video on the exercises of active passive voice. So please watch that also and accept the challenge. Test your knowledge, how much you have learned. Okay.
So let's begin our lesson active and passive voice. Before beginning, let's see few sentences. Now in first case, when the subject does the action. For example, they watched a film. He ate 5 chocolates. He sang a song. Now see the second case when the subject is no longer active. A film was watched by them. 5 chocolates were eaten by him. A song was sung by him. Let's see what is an active voice. So when a subject performs the action stated by the verb, the sentence is said to be in the active voice. An active sentence begins with subject, then the verb, and then the object or the person that the action is performed on. For example, the doctor treated the patient. He kicked the ball. Now here the doctor is subject, which comes first, then main verb, that is treated in the past form, and the object, the patient. Same way in the second example, he, which is the subject, then kicked is the main verb, and the ball is object. Now, what is passive voice? So, when the subject of a verb receives the action stated in the verb, the sentence is said to be in passive voice. Like here, object is at first place, then we use an auxiliary verb, be form of verb as per the tense, plus third form of verb, and then we use by preposition and subject. and then the rest of the words or additional words. For example, the patient was treated by the doctor. The ball was kicked by him. Now, here the patient was, because the sentence was in the past tense, we used was, and then we used by the subject, that is the doctor. Same way, in the second example, the ball, which is object, is placed in the beginning. Then we use auxiliary verb was, as it was in the past tense, and then the third form of verb kicked, and then by subject, that is him. Now here you might have noticed the subject he becomes the object him. Now, why is passive voice used? Let's see what are the situations where passive voice is used. So, when we want to focus attention on the person or thing affected by the action. For example, she was invited to the party by Sheila. Now, here the main focus is given to the object, that is here she. She is the main focus. And she was invited by Sheila. Now, this is not important that who has invited, but she was invited. Who has invited, that is not important. Same way, while narrating an incident or event. So, when we narrate an incident or event, we use passive voice. Many people were knocked down by the cyclone and taken to hospital where they were declared dead. Then, when describing a social or historical incident, for example, Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated on the 30th of January. Then, for making request and invitation, like you are requested not to pluck the flower. So, here we are requesting someone. So, here also we use passive voice. Then, for giving warning, advice, and suggestions. Like the use of mobile phones should be avoided while driving. Now, here we are giving an advice, or it can be warning also, or suggestion. Next, when writing a notice. So, while writing a notice, we usually use passive voice. Like all teachers are requested to attend the staff meeting. Next situation is when it is obvious to the listener or reader who the agent is, or it is not important to know who the agent is. So, in both the cases, when the agent is not important or it is obvious that he is or she is the agent, we know about it. Like the cleaner cleaned the room. So it can be written as the room was cleaned. We don't want to know who cleaned the room, but the thing is that the room was cleaned. Same way, somebody cleaned the room. Now here we don't know who cleaned. So here the person is unknown or the subject is unknown. Then we use the room was cleaned. So here we can remove the subject somebody. We can ignore it. Then what changes to be done to make sentences in the passive voice? So first of all, the first step is to identify the subject, the verb, and the object. Then second step is move the object of the sentence in the active voice to the subject position. Means, so first of all, we place the object in the first position and subject pronouns to object position. So they are reversed. Like Soha sings a song. So Soha subject will be placed at the end, and what is the object here? A song. So a song will be placed in the beginning, and we change the verb passive form, we will use the passive form of verb, that is auxiliary verb is, because it is in the present tense. So when there is simple present tense, we use is, am, are plus third form of verb, that is sung. Remember, since the object of a verb in the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice, remember, since the subject of a verb in the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice, so only transitive verb can be used in the passive voice, because an intransitive verb has no object. So when there is a transitive verb, then only we can change it into into the passive voice. Like John slept well. Now here no object. It is an intransitive verb. Slept is intransitive verb. John lives far away. Birds fly. So in all these cases, because there is no object, they can't be changed into the passive voice. Now next step is we change in pronouns. So subject pronouns which are in active voice are changed as object pronouns in passive voice. Like he will be changed to him, she to her, I to me, they to them, and we to us. Now changes to be made to make sentences in the passive voice. Use Next step is use the appropriate be verb according to the tense of the active voice. Like a song is sung by Soha. So here the be form, that is will be used as it is in the present tense. We will learn more about the tenses according to the tenses, how we change it, how we change the auxiliary verb. Now next step is use the past participle of the main verb, that is third form of verb. A song is sung by Soha. Now here we change the third form, the verb as third form of verb, that is sung. Sing will change to sung. Next step is, if there is a preposition between the verb and the object, the preposition will remain after the verb. Like they talked about the issue. Now here about, which is the preposition, so when we change it into passive, it will become the issue was talked about. So about will be used after the verb talked. Ravi takes care of his brother. So it will be his brother is taken care of by Ravi. Now how the tense changes, or we can say how the verb form changes according to the tense in passive voice. Now when the tense is simple present, for example the verb form that is in the first form of verb, that is take or take. For example, we are taking the verb take in all the cases. So take or takes will be changed as, if it is with I, we'll write it as am taken, or if it is she or he, we'll say is, and if it is plural, then we use are taken. So in simple present tense, the passive form of verb becomes is, am, are plus third form. Present continuous, that is when it is am taking or is taking or are taking, it will be changed to am being taken or is being taken when it is in singular, and are being taken when it is with plural object. Same way, present perfect tense, when it has the verb has taken or have taken, it will be changed as has been taken or have been taken. So we use has been or have been plus third form. Next, simple past tense. So second form of verb, that is took, will change to was taken or were taken. So was or were is used with third form of verb. Past continuous, we use was taking or were taking in the active voice. So it will be changed as was being taken or were being taken. So here we use was or were plus being and plus third form. Past perfect tense, we change it as had been taken. So we use had been plus third form of verb. Now if it is simple future tense, so we'll change it as will be taken or shall be taken. So we use shall be or will be plus third form. So you have to use only third form, past participle form. Now if it is have the sentence has modals like can, may or must, we use be plus third form. Can be taken, may be taken or must be taken. Now in the cases of infinitives, when there is infinitive, that is auxiliary verb plus to plus verb. Infinitive means when we add to with the verb. So it will be changed as auxiliary verb plus to be taken. We use to plus be and third form. Remember, so let's see how interrogative sentences change in passive voice. So a question retains its form, only the form of the verb and the pronouns change. For example, do they watch television? So it will be changed as is television watched by them? So here do will change to is. Why is? Because the television was singular object. So we will use is television. Just depending upon the object, if it is singular, we will use is. If it is plural, we use are. Now, who ate my chocolate? So here when the question begins with who, we use by whom in the beginning. We write by whom. So by whom was my chocolate eaten? See more examples. Why did the teacher scold you? So it will be changed as why were you scolded by the teacher? So first that question word, same question word, then did will change to was or were depending on the object, singular or plural, and then the object will come, and then the third form of verb and subject, that is by subject. Is she disturbing you? So here, because you is object and you will come in the beginning, so we have to use are. So are you being disturbed by her? Because it is the present continuous tense. So we'll use being and third form. Now let's see negative sentences. The farmer was not plowing the field. So it will be changed as the field was not being plowed by the farmer. So not will be used in negative sentence, and then being, because it is present continuous tense, and then third form. Same way, let's see the past uh, perfect tense. You had not written a letter. So it will be changed as a letter had not been written by you. So first had will come, then not, and then been, and third form. I shall not cook rice. So it will be written as rice will not be cooked by me. Remember, if the active sentence begins with no one or nobody, the passive sentence will be negative. Like, no one turned on the light. So it will be written as the light was not turned on. Now see the imperative sentences. So when we write an imperative sentence in active voice, we write first main verb and then object. So it will be changed as we will first use let, then object, then be and third form. Or you can write object plus should. We can use should plus be and third form. Like open the shop. So here you can write like let the shop be opened. Or you can also write the shop should be opened. Now call the peon. So the peon should be called. Or let the peon be called. Let me cook the food. So it will be let the food be cooked by me. So now it's end and you test your knowledge, how much you have understood. If you have any doubts, please go through the video again, watch it again, and then try to solve the exercise. So you can complete this exercise in the comment section. 22 questions and complete it and send the answers to me. And then watch the next video, answer key of test your knowledge, to tell your answers. Thank you.